Okay. All right. We are live. Okay, good. We have people joining already. Um, you're all welcome to today's live session. You're welcome. So we are just going to wait for a few more people before we get started. Thank you for joining today's session. And for those that are just joining us, thank you. Please, I would appreciate if you can share it on your status to let people know that we are live. Okay, thank you. So in few moments, we're gonna get started. Hi, Stephen. Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for dropping a text. At least I can see that people can hear me. I'm good, Stephen. I hope you're good too. Thank you. Okay, just a few more people, then we get started, please. Okay, for those that are here, you're welcome. Please, if you can drop a text in the comment section to just hear from you, to just probably know that, oh, yes, you guys can hear me. Where are you watching us from? How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing okay. Just drop a text in the comment section. Mm-hmm. Okay, we have more people joining already. Okay, like I mean, we have more people that have joined. Sorry. Okay. Hi, Adekunle. Good to be back here. You are welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Okay. I think it's 11, it's yeah 3 minutes into our time already. It's 11:03 here, and I believe in Nigeria it's 5:03 already. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So you guys are all welcome to today's live session. For those that are just joining us, my name is Olamide Messi, and I'm your host for today's live session. Okay, and something interesting is that in time past we've always had sessions for graduate students, but today's live session, fortunately and interestingly, is going to be for undergraduates. And even though you're a grad student, you would benefit. It's not like you won't benefit, you will benefit. So whether you're looking into going for undergraduate programs, or you are representing your younger ones, you want to get information for your siblings, or you're a parent, you are welcome. So please, let's pay attention. Today we'll be talking about how to get to MSIs institutions as an undergraduate, talking about the scholarships, the benefits, and the application tips, information. So please, you might be wondering what is MSIS. Don't worry, today you'll get to know. And it is an opportunity for us to have a doctor who is going to be sharing a lot of insights, a professor who is going to be sharing a lot of insights with us. Like we'll be sharing a lot of information, what most people don't know about, like the insider. So please, I want us to pay attention. And just so you know, there'll be room for question and answer. So if you have any question along the line, please drop your question in the comment section. Please, I just want to make a request. Share this on your social media status. Let people know we are live so they can join as well. So they can also partake in what we are doing. Okay. So please pay attention. Today is going to be powerful because you are here to learn from an experienced doctor, professor. Yeah, it's a privilege to have um, Dr. Olai here with us. So I would let him introduce himself to us. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and share information with us. Please, sir, can you introduce yourself to people that are watching us here today?
Okay, first of all, thank you, Olamide, for for the invite to speak to your audience
Thank you, sir.
across the group.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, first of all, my name is Olasukomi Kendi. Yeah, I was born in Nigeria, you know, spent one quarter of my life, you know, in Lagos,
Oh, wow.
and grew up in Songota, to be precise, primary school. Even though Songota is not Lagos,
It's
is
Ogun State.
yeah, but I later went to Lagos to to hustle, what most people will call hustling. Yeah, but I finished my undergrad at one of the most prestigious university in Nigeria,
Mhm.
University of Technology Akure.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Great
where I
to hear.
studied industrial mathematics, and finishing from FUTA, I left FUTA to apply for a scholarship that took me, which is called AIMS,
Oh,
African Institute for Mathematical Sciences. For since we have a lot of undergrads, yeah, they can also look into that. Then that was my first scholarship. Then after then moved to United States. And currently, I do more of quantitative psychology research, looking mostly on how students learn no matter what they face, how they face what they face. You
mm,
know, yeah, what are the things we can use to help them? Yeah, I'm here to talk about MSI, as Olamide have said.
okay.
What is MSI?
All right.
Olamide, can you share the slide?
Okay,
I'm
yeah, we
looking
have it.
for.
Yeah, people
Okay,
from the comment section they are saying great Futeria. We have a lot of Futerians
of
represented
course.
here.
Great Futurians,
Thank
my
you.
fellow Futurians,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a place to be. It's a
Hmm.
great school. Okay, let's get started. What is MSI? MSI is just known to be a minority serving institutions. Now, not only for undergrads, but most of them are for undergrads, but they also have different courses for graduate studies. Okay. Now, there are so many universities in the United States, so many, but there are some that has been established many years ago to help minority serving institutions due to the diversity, yeah, and the diversity of United States, since there are a lot of people coming, due to migrations, and they see that okay, there's need for some institution to serve the underrepresented populations in order to improve or to increase educational opportunities in their population. That I think that was one of the goals of MSI, and I'll be giving you some schools that are MSI, a lot of them. But for this conversation, I will be busy. I will streamline it to HBCU,
Mm,
historical Black communities and universities. It's called HBCUs. We'll be talking about HBCU schools, And I want you to pay attention because there are a lot of opportunities that people don't really know that is in this school, and also if you're a parent or you you have sisters, brothers that you want to help, you know, I've seen parents from across Africa spending, thousands of dollars to pay school fees in some of these prestigious university, and why there are some HBCUs where you don't even need to pay up to that, and your kids will still have a quality education, and they will still become what they want to become, you know. And that's why we are here to share some of those,
Insight.
opportunities, you know. And I think after this, if you have any question, if you are interested, you can message Olamide, then she will get in touch with me and we
Yeah.
can talk. Okay, Olamide, next slide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will just give you a background so that we can make it more conversational, okay? So that people can discuss, people can ask questions and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, minority serving institutions in the United States. In the United States, there are colleges. As you know, there are some colleges that are just a 4-year program, some 2 years program, and some are research based, some are not. They serve a very high percentage of minority students. And as I've explained earlier on, minorities, maybe the black population, the Hispanic, the Latinos, and all that, but the minorities. And one thing is that, they are being funded by the federal government.
Mm.
That means they have fundings.
Yeah.
They have huge fundings, huge scholarships, because their goal is to reduce educational disparities in their population. They want to give equal opportunities to everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, go to the next slide. Yes, let's talk about historically black colleges and universities, which we call HBCU. That is the focus of our discussion. There are more than 100 HBCUs in United States, and you can only find it in 19 states in the US. 19 states in the US. Now, the link on the screen will take you to all the HBCUs in the US, where they are located, the website. Now, Olamide, can you copy
Yeah.
that?
I'm doing that now.
Yeah, you can copy and put on the comment
Yeah.
so that you can get to know about these schools, what they do, what courses do they have, does it align with your interest or not? They are very, very important. Is a very important link for you to look, at least to have understanding of some of these HBCU schools in these 19 states. Okay, next slide. Yeah, I listed a few of them, so that you can just, but if you click on that link, you will see all of them, but just a few, like Howard University, Washington, D.C. This is like Harvard, you know, and I think this is where the former vice president of United States, Kamala Harris, that's where she finished from. It's one of the strongest, HBCU schools in the United States. Is in Washington State. I also have Spearman College. That Spearman College, they produce the highest number of female in STEM, And as a matter of fact, I was talking to someone the last one. I said, I skipped that school for my daughter. It's very powerful, you know, very powerful school. Now, what does that mean? It means that for the fact that it is a minority school does not mean that it's less quality. Okay, they
Hmm.
have standards. They are equal to the task. They have renowned professors who are teaching them. You can look on their website and go through them. Morehouse College, also in Georgia. We have Hampton University in Virginia, and we have North Carolina A&T State. Yeah, I think I was here last weekend. That school, big school in Greensboro, in North Carolina. Yeah, those are just few among many.
Hmm.
Okay, the next slide. Yes, that is for the whole nation, United States, 100 plus. Now, let's come to the states. My state, North Carolina. How many HBCUs do they have here? How many of them? And North Carolina is a great state, very great state. I can recommend it to anyone. Yeah. You know, we have 11 HBCUs in North Carolina, 11. And the first one there is Elizabeth City State University. That's where I teach. That's my school. The second one, Bennett College, is a private HBCU in Greensboro. Yeah, it's not far from A&T. And we have Shaw University, and we have Western Salem State University, Livingstone College. Now, in these 11 HBCUs, some are government based, some are private, public, private. But ECSU, Elizabeth City University, is a public state university. Okay. And you can look on that link and you can see these schools there too. They are part of the HBCUs, but we have 11 of them in North Carolina. And, and almost all these schools, you can try to look at their tuition fee in these schools and compare it. Look at the tuition fees of the HBCUs in some of these states and compare with the conventional university. You will see a big, huge difference in dollars. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You will see a big difference. Now, if you now look at the schools in North Carolina, HBCUs in North Carolina, and compare with other HBCUs in other states, then you also see a huge difference. And that's why I say North Carolina is a great state to live, you know.
Hmm.
Yes. Let's go to the next slide. Then let me tell you why it is a great state. Yes. There's
Doctor Uncle, like, you can always like move the slide so I don't interrupt you. Sorry.
okay, okay.
You can
Yes,
always.
I can move it. Yes, you are right. Okay, good. Now we have 11 HBCUs in North Carolina. Not all of them are under what we call University of North Carolina system. We call it UNC system. UNC system, these are the public universities that are under the state government. Elizabeth City State University is owned by the state government of North Carolina. Fayetteville, the same. North Carolina A&T, NC Central University, and we have Western Salem State University. These are just few, but they still have like six, I think let's say about six of them or so, or eight of them that are under the UNC system. Now, because North Carolina want to provide equal opportunities for their citizens, for their residents. They came up with something that is called UNC system, NC promise. Let's go to the next slide. What is NC promise? NC means North Carolina promise. NC promise, that's the name they call it. And this will be so interesting to people to know how much some of these students in this school pay, even international. Now, for instance, the NC promise, why do they have NC promise? To provide educational opportunities for all, both resident and non-resident, to ensure that economic status is not a barrier for some of us in Africa. Coming from Africa, they say, oh, education is for the rich, education is for the average. No matter your economic status, they don't want it to be like a big barrier for you. You should have equal opportunity to go to school, get education, and also to reduce, sorry, and also to reduce student tuition cost. I'm going to emphasize on that, to reduce student tuition cost, because that is the most important, especially for those coming. I know most of my friends on this program right now, what they want to hear is how much is the money? How much is it? What are the opportunities? Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah.
yeah. And there are a lot of opportunities. Let me talk about Elizabeth City State University, where I work. In Elizabeth City State University, I want to be interactive. Who can tell me among the people how much do you think the student tuition fees cost? What we mean by the tuition fee, um, housing is not included. There are some other fees that are not included, right? But let's talk about the student tuition fee. How much do you think for the resident in North Carolina? How much do you think it cost? Who can predict?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Dr. Lasso. I think they can hear you, but we have to wait for them for just like a minute because the live session always like it's kind of slow. So they hear
Oh,
us like after like yeah. So I think
oh,
yeah, we will just give them some time. So people that are
okay.
watching us, please, we
They can
want
type it. Yeah, they
yeah,
can type
just
how much do you think? Do they think it's $20,000, or do they think is
yeah. So what is the idea? Like somebody says 5,000. I wish. I wish.
Okay. David. I know David anyway. He's a brother. Yeah.
Okay, great,
Five
great.
thousand dollars. Okay.
More comments, please. Hmm. Me, I used to think it's around like 50,000, 44, 58,
Okay.
something like that.
I mean, many can't type, right?
Let's
Okay.
just wait. We need them to drop a comment. This is for them. So please say something. How much do you think
It will cost, yeah.
it costs?
Before they start asking questions, I want to know how much they think it will cost.
Let's just give them a minute. The thing is always slow, that's why. Somebody said
Probably
probably
less
less
than
than
70K.
17K.
Okay.
I wish. I don't know that it's very expensive to study in the United States. Oh. I think some schools will go as far as 84,000, 98,000. So,
Hmm. Okay. Let's start. It's fine since some of them are still writing. Yeah, but they can type while I continue because
okay,
of
yeah.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
For the resident of North Carolina, they actually pay $500 per semester. Yes.
$100, Uncle,
Ye-
$500.
Yes, for the resident, because the government, instead of them paying that which amount, which some of you 17K it is, the government have, and that's why they call it NC promise, because they want as many as their resident to get college degree. Does that
Wow.
make sense? Now, that is for the resident. What about for the non-resident? The non-resident could be international students, anyone living, how much do you think is the cost
Wow. Okay, so the question you asked us the other time was for residents.
for residents? That's
Oh,
for
okay.
resident.
International students cost like 90, 80, 32.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if
And let
I
me make this clear. When we say student tuition fee, it does not include housing, it does not include some other stuff, like just tuition, the
Mhm.
school fees, you know. Okay. Yes, 500 about, yes, $500, yes, because of the program called NC Promise. Yeah, and this is a program that worth about $51 million.
Wow.
Yes, and they
Wow.
try to ensure that all their schools are like that. Akinlu Comfort say $2,000 for non-resident. Close for the non-resident. mm, for the non-resident, they actually pay 2,500. And at
Wow.
least I know of about three Nigerians that I know. I'm aware of
Wow.
that are benefiting from this. Now, what do they have? For instance, I'll just give an example. Somebody in this online now, we say, I want to do pharmacy. They have a pharmacy program. Somebody may say, you know what? I want to do aviation. They have a very big school on aviation.
Wow.
Now, instead of going to a place where you will spend 40,000 US dollars, 50,000 US dollars, this is good. It's good.
But hey, this is an
But,
opportunity.
but why don't you look for schools where you can, and there are other scholarships, right?
Wow.
That when student comes, they can engage in, and I know most African students are very resilient and motivated. Once you know what you are doing, I'm sure that, you can always get something out of nothing. Okay. But why am I saying this? Is that there are a lot of opportunities people don't know. You know, uh, one of the most costly thing in life is ignorance.
Yeah.
And when you don't have information,
Yes.
you are more of someone who, you are like a man without help.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why thank Olamide for putting this program together.
And
For
thank
people
you
to
for
come
coming
here.
to share this with us.
You
Like
know,
even me, I never knew about this, honestly.
yes, it's MC, and some of these schools, have that. Western Carolina University, University of NC, Pembroke, Fayetteville. You can look, search for
Wow.
them, look for schools that you like. If you have any question, you can always get to me through Olamide. We can talk. If you're a parent here and you consider you want your kids to go to school, this, you know, and where your kids will learn values. Also, these are the schools where your school will learn values, where there are not all these crazy stuff happening everywhere.
Mm,
You can still be sure that they will still maintain the values
interesting.
that
Very.
they bring from home. Yeah, I think we can go to the next slide, which is question. And thank you for listening.
Yeah.
We
Thank
can go to questions to make it more interactive.
Great. Thank
Yes.
you, Dr. La. Thank you so much for
You
coming
are
to
welcome, Olamide.
like this is an insight. Like I never knew about this, and I'm sure most of our viewers they don't know about this. Yes,
Mm.
thank you so much, Uncle. Yes, I call him Uncle because he is my uncle. Yes,
You-
so Uncle, everything goes.
yeah.
Yeah. So, questions. People said, someone said, are MSIs truly diverse? Ah, or do they primarily serve one demographic?
Mm.
Like, is it like, I don't,
Okay. Like for yeah, I understand the question, the person. I think that's a cool question. Only when they say MSI, it doesn't mean that it's serving only black communities, you know. But one thing is you may have higher number of blacks in the school, but it serves both Caucasians, Indians, yeah, but it's known as minority serving institution or it's known as HBCUs, like if you for instance, if you look at what is going on politically, you know, one thing people are trying to protect is the HBCU
Mhm.
schools.
Yeah. But Uncle, I think they also have Hispanic staffing institutions,
Yes,
have
yes,
Asian
yes,
American staffing
yes,
institutions. So
yes.
it's
They
still under
have
MSIS. Yes.
yes, they have Hispanic, Latino, but they are under MSI,
MSIS.
Minority Serving Institution. But today we're just talking only about historically black
Black serving is,
uh,
yeah.
communities and universities. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, we're only talking about HBCUs. And yeah, I like Adekunle's question. It's not that they are serving only one demography. No,
Hmm.
yeah, they serve as many, but it is known to be HBCU schools.
Oh, great,
Yeah,
great. Thank you so much for asking the question. Thank you, Uncle, for answering that question. Me too, I have a question. Somebody said this is for me, honestly. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I would like to ask them, like, so is it that the application is very strict? Why are people not going to this? Like, why are people not so much like aware about these opportunities? Like,
yeah.
yeah, is there any
Okay.
restrictions like that we need to know of?
Yeah. Yeah, let me tell you something, Okay, as a Nigerian, I know we have many Africans country. Even I can talk about Ghana a little bit. I have a lot of Ghanaian friends, and they don't have much university in Ghana compared to
Wow,
Nigeria. You know?
they
Yeah.
do, they do.
No, no,
Compared
no, no,
to Nigeria,
no,
they can
no,
be.
compared to Nigeria, no one thing, even when I was in Nigeria, most Nigerians target big schools. We all know, I want to go to,
Easy
research
learning.
because most of
Wait.
us, yes, and because in the US, from Nigeria, most of us are aware of these big schools in the US, schools where they can fund us for our research, where we can have funding either through teaching assistantship or research assistantship, you know. But I can tell you that only few of Nigerians know about minority serving institutions. Even me, while in the US, I was not aware of that
Wow.
until I got a job through them, something like that. I said, oh, this is a hidden treasures many of our people don't know about.
Wow.
But even though I've seen some Nigerians in some of these HBCUs, but yeah, we don't still have enough Africans. Okay, for instance, somebody say, what is the requirement? Like, I think what I can talk about that is I know of someone, an undergrad in my school, who only use WAEC, you know,
Yeah.
WAEC, a young boy, and he did it by himself. And I asked him, how did you know about this school? He said, I was just going through Google and, do you get the point? Yeah. Use his WAEC O level,
That's it.
and that's it. And he applied, you know. And some may want to do their masters. Maybe they are currently in undergrad, even say right now. There are other schools, like in my school, for instance, they have graduate studies in biology, natural sciences. You can check it, and so on. Some of these schools have graduate programs,
Hmm.
that is not as expensive as is and can even be funded in a way. Yes.
Wow. So like is there like any age limit or like for undergraduate? No,
No,
right?
even if you are 60, you know, in America, it's
No age
ageless,
limit.
no age, Even I've seen people 60 years old in my school coming to school to get their first degree, It's not about age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's about what you want and your determination.
Interesting. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
Yes, please ask more questions. Ask questions and please share it with people. Let them know that we are live. This is time for question and answer. I want to see people here asking questions so we can answer your
Yeah,
question.
let me answer Adekunle. He said, there are a lot of misconceptions about, and let me correct Adekunle for something. There's nothing like white institutions.
Oh, there is. We used to call it back then
No, no,
in where we came from, Uncle.
no, there's nothing like white. The only thing is,
Predominantly.
that predominantly Caucasians are predominantly white, but there's nothing like white school. There's nothing like, even black school. I don't think there's nothing, because if it's just black school, then I should not see Caucasian or like Latino or Hispanic. You get, but they are there. But predominantly, they may be black, they may be Caucasian. Good, but there's nothing like, and also, a lot of misconceptions. For instance, I don't know the school where you are, but just like someone telling me, for instance, that, oh, in Nigeria, when I was in Nigeria, tell me you went to Osu. Ha, I will say
People be like,
Osu.
mm,
Mm. You know, but the truth is I've seen a lot of Osu graduates doing great.
yeah.
It's all about you.
Mm,
Did you see? It's all about you. Even I've seen people, even though, as I've told you, oh, I went to a prestigious university, FUTA, great FUTA. You know, you still have to work upon yourself, and that's why we call it in FUTA self-reliance.
mm.
You see, and I've seen people going to Ilorin like Olamide. Is all
Better
these
by
things are
far.
just
Better by far.
misconceptions, right? Misconceptions. I've seen people went to Harvard, people went to MIT, and we all met in a gathering. You understand? And some of us just went to, maybe you don't even know the university I finished from in the US. You
Mm,
understand? Because it was not even on the map when I was coming to United States. Google, say from Nigeria to Pullman, I could not find it on the. It was hard, right? Some of these are just misconception, that people put there, that, and Nigeria will say, who will say in mama soup no sweet.
mm.
You see, yeah, that's it. I hope I'm able to answer your question.
Yeah. Somebody said technology for self-reliance.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and that's our motto,
We put that.
technology for safe life. And that's why you see Futerians doing well, not because they are superior and they are kind of, no, not because we have a unique professors, even though some of our professors are good, some are not, we know that. But the truth is, when you go to Futa, you have the self-reliance.
Mm.
You
Mm.
have that self-reliance, and also, one thing I want to know in Futa is that some of the 100 level, 200 level also they already know the schools they want to apply before they graduate.
Mm.
You understand? They have the information. Everything is about info. Whether you have two of they have
Yeah.
the information that your GPA should not put you where you don't want to be.
Mm-hmm.
You see, yeah.
There's a saying that Futerians have the highest number of
Oh,
national students, like grad students in in all over the world,
in
global.
fact, I have emails 100 level that don't even have that GPA. Say, oh, please, I've heard about this scholarship. You can see the
Yeah.
hunger.
Mhm.
it's about information.
Yeah, they have the cycle is very good. The network there is very very good. Yeah,
It's very good. It's not that they are better than someone in Osu or someone in Ilorin. No,
the
it,
information.
it's about the information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, that's why I always tell people like information is very important. Like sessions like this, they should come and listen things that can benefit them. So
Mm.
yes, you mentioned that the cost of living for international students, aside even if they can get scholarship, like it's like around 2,500,
No,
which
the
makes sense.
tuition fee,
Yeah, the tuition. Yeah,
not
which makes sense. Yes,
housing. Yeah.
yeah, because in converting that naira, that's like about 3 million naira, which so many schools in Nigeria charge more. Like
Yes.
people that go to private university, they charge more than that. So I think it's very good. And rather than spending 50,000, 98,000, eighty
For a
thousand,
semester.
taking loans to go and
For a
go to
semester,
for a semester, I think that is good. But I was going to ask, what about the cost of living in North Carolina? Because you made North Carolina as a case
Yeah.
sample. So, like for international students that want to come and study there, like we just say it is an affordable city.
Yeah, yeah, it's very affordable, very affordable,
We have
very affordable. Yeah, like for instance, if you want to live, stay in the school dorm, for instance, undergraduate in my school, I think it's around maybe $10,000 per semester or so. But some students just decide to stay off campus near the school, which is average of $400 or 450. Yeah, which is see kind of
affordable.
affordable in a way. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm.
So thank you for that. If you have any questions from the audience, please ask your question. If you are standing in gap for your sibling or you're a parent, you are watching us, please ask your questions. Ask your questions. This is an opportunity you don't get to see. People don't like to share opportunities. And now that you're hearing from Dr. Ola, please let's ask questions. And while we wait for questions, Uncle, may I have a question?
Okay, go for
So
it.
yeah, aside the fact, let's say I don't have money, I can't pay. Is there any scholarship you can I can look forward to, or anything like yeah, like scholarship opportunities? Is it that once I get into the system, I get a scholarship, or yeah?
Yeah, okay. The issue of scholarship is a very, sensitive stuff that you know sometimes it's unique, right? And what I used to tell my friends, oh, Olamide's head is different from my head. You understand? That that is hard for someone to get scholarship. It may be very easy for another person
Hmm.
to get it. But having said that, sometimes, I've seen students that came to this country with nothing,
Hmm.
nothing. They just came with no how they will do it. I'm not saying you should come like that if you don't have the mind, how they will do it. But today, they are doing great.
Hmm.
And I've known some people that their parents, took loan in Nigeria. They invest on them, took loan to say, just go. Let's. And today, those boys, I know of one that have paid the loan. In fact, times 10. There are different ways, right, to get scholarship.
Hmm.
One is for undergrad. Let me be specific now because we have so many undergrad here.
Hmm.
Some undergrad, they may not get it before they come, like just like the graduate student, right? Where you maybe you have assistantship or through teaching or research, right? You are sure that before undergrad, it may not be like that. There are some scholarship that you will get before you come,
Yeah.
funded. But some, it may even be when you come and you are doing well in your academics. And based on your GPA, you are getting this one, you get 7,000 from here, you get this thousand from here. Before you know it, you pay your school fees. You see,
Hmm.
for scholarship, it depends on school. Some schools have full funded scholarship, some They don't.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Why some they just they will not. I know that sometimes you may go online on the website and you may not see some scholarship, but when you come to the university, you are on ground. You now begin to hear about a lot of scholarships
Mm.
that you can apply for that are even meant for international students. You see, yeah,
Okay. Sonico. Hello. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Uncle. Thank you
somebody,
for yeah.
somebody asked a question for someone D7 in chemistry. Yeah, it depends on the course you want to do.
Mm.
It depends on the course you want to do. Like there are some schools here. Just I have to go to their website, check. You get some schools. They may even say, okay, you have biology or you have physics. You see, you cannot use our Nigerian style. It's different. These are two different educational systems, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Very good. Thank you for answering that. Somebody is asking about postgraduate studies. I think you mentioned that earlier.
yeah. I
Like
mentioned that
you mentioned
there's
that there are you should check out the list of schools that he mentioned. You can go to their website. There are scholarship opportunities that you can look out for as well. There are a lot of people that are not really exposed to. They don't know about. Let me put it that way. Okay. Yeah. So Omola, I'm going to ask a question. Like you mentioned about funding opportunity.
mm,
Yes, which is very good, very very good. But is there any other thing that you would like to tell us about MSIS, like that we need to know? Like maybe just one thing, anything random that is very, very good, like another probably advantage of MSIS or like HBCU schools.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you know that there's a topic now going on the all those stuffs? The question is the minority serving institutions
Mm-hmm.
had been in existence before the DEI. you
Oh.
know, the minority serving institutions, they have been existing for years. Even some of these HBCU, Hispanic, all those schools, institutions has been in existence. Now, there are some organizations that have a lot of opportunities
Hmm.
for graduate students from this MSI. Yes, a lot of them, and I know of many people that take this advantage of this, and they use it maximally. And when you see them, some of them even work in a very good company than someone in Harvard, MIT is working, and doing well. You know, I think for me it's about individuals. How you use your skills. What kind of skills do you acquire? And how have you been able to use these skills? To solve real world problems.
Hmm.
I don't know if I'll be able to answer your question.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you. That's also like an eye opener. I believe people are like paying attention. Just one more questions, and I'm not going to take question more from the audience. So if you have any question, you have the grace to drop it. Just one. So my question, sir,
Hmm.
what advice will you give to an international student that want to attain MSIS? So how do they like? What should they do right now? What good or maybe somebody that is planning on going through this path? What
Hmm.
advice will you give to them?
Okay. The advice now is, like, first of all, let's start with this. Currently, the, will I say, is getting more competitive now, right?
Oh
You
wow,
even get,
really?
yeah, no, 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 yeah, I mean, to come to get,
Okay.
graduate or undergraduate programs, to come to United States to study.
Mm-hmm.
It's more competitive compared to 2014 when I left Nigeria, of even 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of people are aware. There's a The
Yeah.
awareness in African countries, not only in Nigeria, is very, very alarming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and having said that, what does that mean? It means that you, for anything you want to do when it comes to this application, you have to know someone who can do it for you excellently, or you do it excellently. That's the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the second thing is this. I've talked to a lot of you and I say, oh, how can I come to United States to study? How can I go to Canada to study? And you ask some of them, what do you want to do? They tell you, okay, go to Google. First type what do you want to do? You won't hear back again. That's one. Because you are giving them an assignment. You see, the first thing is you want to know the school that are offering your what you want to do. The schools that have that thing that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing. You must and know the requirements. You know, even if you are applying for a job or you are applying for undergrad scholarship or graduate student program or graduate programs, what do? You must know the requirements
Yeah.
first. Did they require GRE? Did they require TOEFL or not? You must know those.
Yes.
That's the basic thing that he wants to do. And after knowing the requirements, what is the next thing you do? Try to understand. If you don't have money, maybe you're looking for scholarship, right? Try to know various kinds of scholarship that the school offer.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. Or let's say you have your money, you know, try to know, okay, how much will this cost me, with this. Then from there, once you evaluate those things, then you can now start putting your application together. I think for undergraduates, I don't really know much. Maybe
It's
you have to write
very
cover letter.
easy.
Yeah, some don't even.
Yes.
I think it's the graduate one that I know you have to write cover letter, send
Yeah.
your CV. For undergraduate, it should be more easier.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like they I think they brought it to their level, to their standard. I'm not like underestimating, like it's very easy. The process is much seamless, like much easier compared to the
Yeah,
graduates. Yeah, yeah. So I believe they've listened. If you are watching and you want to pursue this part, probably an undergraduate, get the requirement and look for the schools that you want to apply to and go ahead and apply. Yes. Thank you,
yeah.
doctor.
Yeah. And let me quickly answer Adekunle question.
Yeah,
It's an
so we have a
interesting question.
question. They said
Yeah,
the question is a bit future focused. As I'm interested in this school, I want to understand how these changes might affect them moving forward. Maybe
hold
it's talking for its children, maybe it's a parent.
on. Wait. This question is a bit future focused, and I'm interested in these schools, and I want to understand how these changes might be.
Oh, might affect the schools, yeah. So how do
Hold
you
on.
anticipate this?
Okay, let me. Yeah, I think I saw one that
Yes.
he wrote. He was talking about the new government now in the United States. One thing I'm aware of is that the new government is not targeting or any MSI or non-MSI schools. Is that okay? DEI is a program in every school in the United States. Even Harvard, they have it. It's like a program in every institutions. It's not that the government is targeting HBCU or MSI. Sometimes there's misconceptions, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
very good. Yeah,
yes. And I'm not sure that will affect, you
it
know,
will affect. Yeah,
that's my opinion. It won't affect,
thank you.
because these schools have been existing for years, even before the new government.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
so much for that. I believe that is also going to serve as an encouragement to everybody out there. And just so you know that regardless of it all, yes, there's always a way. I don't know how they always say it. I don't know, when there's a way, there's a way, something like that. So
Yes.
thank you to everybody that has joined us. Thank you so much. Dr. La, I think we are going to, that is going to be the end of today's live session.
Thank you for the
We
invite.
appreciate you for coming to share this information with us. Just like you mentioned, MSIS, they are good schools, and
Yeah.
it's like an opportunity for people to grab, especially international students. Rather than going to schools where you be paying 80,000, 30,000, you can just like for pass tuition fee. You can go to schools whereby you can pay 2,500, non-resident 500. Because I believe this is not just for international students; it's for everybody, both the resident and the non-resident. So thank you for this eye opener. Thank you so much for taking your
You're
time.
welcome.
Thank you so much. We are grateful. And to everybody that has joined us, thank you for your patience. Thank you for joining. If you're here to subscribe, please subscribe. Dr. AI is saying thank you, Dr. Ola, for sharing this. It's
Dr.
really
AI, Dr. AI is in
it's,
Greensboro.
yeah, it's sharing you all from North Carolina.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah, your family of your Carolina people, yes.
mm,
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Iya, for joining. And thank you, Dr. Lal. If you're yet to subscribe, subscribe. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me. If you want to know how to apply, always reach out. We would
yes.
connect you with Dr. La. Thank you so much. All right, guys. See you in the next live session. Bye.
Episode.